lots to talk about this week, as I had to restart the project from scratch following an annoying bug last week. So jumping straight in, I've restructured my entire code base to get rid of all depreciated DirectX functions that I was using, as well as get rid of any DirectX 10 maths that I was using, as it was causing some annoying bugs. So that's good, I'm all up to date on DirectX now. As you can see here, I've managed to render multiple objects to the screen. This isn't done by instancing or anything, I'm literally just calling the renderer in multiple objects, but it will do for now. I've managed to texture a 3D object. Here you can see my triangle's got bricks on it. This is done through a texture class which reads in the data from a TGA texture file and then passes it to the updated shader, the now texture shader, which then maps it onto the 3D object. I've also managed to render sprites now, which is done by creating another buffer which has the z-axis disabled. This means objects are just drawn directly onto the screen. I then make a square and map the texture, which is the sprite, directly onto it, creating Mega Man, as you can see just here. I found it was really annoying because he's got this massive white border on him, so I've also implemented some alpha blending. That's toggleable as well, because I still don't know if I'm going to go going 2D or 3D, but if I do go 3D, I don't want to have alpha blending on 3D objects, obviously. But for the 2D alpha blending, as you can see here, I look at each pixel in my pixel shader, and depending on the color, I can chroma key it out and set the alpha, and then back to the renderer. If the alpha blender is enabled, it will get rid of those colors, and as well as any alpha layer already existing, like for example TGA files support transparency. Just here, blending enabled truth, etc. That's about it. Next week I'm going to work on mouse input so I can actually like click and select these objects, and then finally start implementing some AI, because it's the third week out of 5 now and I've yet to do anything to do with AI.